Distance nerding.
Hey! Sorry, everybody.
Hello.
How's everybody doing tonight? Doing great.
Good? You good? We good.
All right. Well, ladies and gentlemen, it's Taco Tuesday. You know what that means? You are now experiencing distance nerding.
Part of the Geek Freaks networks of podcasts. Oh my God.
Yeah. I know, right? It's nice to say it. He's the asterisk of the show.
Whoa.
He's somewhere, because he was late. It's Jahmez 5000.
Absolutely rude. He's now the unemployed Jimmy Smith's stunt double. It's young Phil.
That tracks a little bit. And we're
here to nerd
together.
We're talking about anything, pop culture, news, movies, food, music, wrestling, comics, whatever, and Comic Cons. Whatever you're nerding out on, we want to talk about it.
That's right, ladies and gentlemen. If you're on YouTube right now, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. It really helps us out. And listen on your favorite podcast app. Leave us a review. If you're listening on Spotify, you can leave individual reviews for individual episodes. It really does help us out, ladies and gentlemen. Remember, 5 stars if you're going to rate us, because it does help. Now, of course, you can follow us on all the social media places: Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, Twitch, Threads, Blue Sky, Discord, all at Distance Nerding. And of course, if you want to send us an email, you can email us at your favorite place, as long as that favorite place is distancenerding@aol.com.
If AOL is your favorite place, I think there's other issues.
Absolutely different issues going on at that point, right? So with that being said, ladies and gentlemen, you have now stumbled onto the worst kept secret on all of the internet. Ladies and gentlemen, you are now watching The Download.
Sandra Betty in the chat. Who has AOL anymore? Hey, some people do.
Yeah,
I'm not saying who. Some people do.
We are ardent users of AOL, so don't judge us.
Yeah,
at all. Okay. Well, ladies and gentlemen, let's jump right into this. This week on deck, we've got the Geekend Update.
The cons are coming. Oh my gosh, so much con.
Exactly. Starting rumors.
The DCU is getting strange with its news.
And of course, we're ending all of the things with The Download.
Let's all go to the lobby. Let's all go to the lobby. It is summer movie blockbuster time, and we got some stuff happening.
Absolutely, absolutely. And before we do all of that, of course, but first, let me get a shout out. Ladies and gentlemen, this entire show, everything we do here is brought to you by the good people over at Dubby. That's right. Dubby is a brand of energy drinks created to help focus, concentration, reaction time with no jitters or crash. Dubby contains no maltodextrin, no sugars, no fillers, no artificial colors or dyes. Find out more about Dubby at www.dubby.gg. Use the code NERDING10, just like you see on the screen right now. NERDING10 for 10% off. If you're listening right now, that's NERDING10 at checkout.
Oh, yeah.
Absolutely.
Ooh, we're going to have some W's soon. I like this. This is good.
Right. Brand new flavors out there. Now, of course, we will be doing some stuff this weekend where you can try out some W if you guys want to try it. We'll get to that here in a minute. But just be ready and just know that we are ready to serve W to the masses.
We're ready to get freaky.
Oh, we're ready to get freaky.
Because Distance Nerding is part of the Geek Freaks network of podcasts, connecting, informing, entertaining fellow geeks and nerds. We're creating a space where fans can explore their favorite fandoms, discover new ones, and engage in meaningful discussions. Check out more shows like Geek Freaks Podcast, Challenge Accepted, Outlast Podcasts, Fandom Portals, Who's Got Next Game, Disney Mom's Gone Wrong, who just came back after a hiatus.
Right.
Geek Freaks interviews, headlines, Anime Plus, and of course, The Distance Nerding. Oh, yeah.
That's right. It's us. It's us. We're there.
So whether you're into the latest blockbuster films that we'll talk about today, or classic video games, or niche comic series, the Geek Freaks Network has got you covered. Find out more at gfpods.com. GF.com. The GF fonts.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, let's keep it rolling here. It's time for the Geek End update. So, of course, over the course of the weekend here, guys, it was Comic Book Day. And, of course, our respondents, our correspondents on the floor have some responding to do, and they're going to let us know what they did over the weekend here. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome DeLong Family Cosplay, Jeff and Sandra.
Yeah. Get it.
So, guys, you guys went out for Comic Book Day. You guys went to a couple locations. Tell us about what your haul was and what you guys did at each location.
So the first one we did was JLA, and as you saw there, they had a lot of comics out. We ended up meeting up with some of our friends. We shot a skit with what's his name?
Elder Cosplay.
Elder Cosplay.
I love Elder.
We got a lot of comics there. When we left there, they also had a lot of artists there.
Mm-hmm.
Stuff, as you can see in the video there. One of them was actually doing a full canvas paint of a comic cover.
Right. So we see that in the video right there. He's doing the Cinderella Love.
Yeah.
That's pretty dope.
But yeah, there was about 4 or 5 different artists there.
Okay.
So
I was going to ask, what comics did you guys end up pulling from JLA?
They had I Heart Fairyland, which is one of my favorite series out there.
Nice.
Or I Hate Fairyland, should I say?
I Hate Fairyland,
right? They had.
I got that Power Ranger one that's right there.
They had Phantom, which is old school stuff. I guess they bring in Phantom back. I'm trying to remember which ones I got with which place. I do believe I got a Star Wars one when I was there.
I got some Deadpool ones that weren't free, but I did get some.
It's like Free Comic Book Day. I'm buying comic books. I mean, I guess that's the draw to bring you into the comic book shop, right? It's free comics, so that way you can buy more.
Yeah,
we know the guys from JLA because we were there at their Christmas cosplay event, and they're really cool people. So when they asked for people to come by and cosplay, we obliged and came in as our draw was.
Yeah.
Nice.
I ended up picking up a Deadpool the Duck.
Deadpool the Duck.
There
Yes.
was one. And then the continuation to one of the Deadpool lines where he's working with Hitmonkey.
Right, and that's always a good line. Is and anything he does with Hitmonkey is always fun.
And then our other location we went to was Comics and Collectibles.
Okay, so
over there
is that the one that is? Oh God, what street is that off of?
Fruit Ridge.
That's right. It's off of Fruit Ridge.
Yeah.
So I've driven by that one a couple times. That's the one that's got Spider-Man in the front.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So I know exactly which one you're talking about here.
It's
That's at the sale barge there.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
They had a Lego building group there, so they had Iron Man set up there. They had the Bob Burger building. They had the Starlight Pit with both sand barges. They had the Ghostbuster building, and then they're fighting Slimer on the roof.
I saw that. It was pretty cool.
And then, what's the other one? I think I'll show it in just a second here. Oh, that was the other one. They had a DC one.
Sack Brick Builders, right? I've seen those.
Yes. That's something.
Yeah, they're good peeps.
And then there was also several comic 3 or 4 comic book artists sitting right there in that middle section, and Sack Geek was there.
Okay, so Sat Geeks was there.
Yeah.
Awesome.
And Girl
But-
Mode Official was holding down the fort, covering the table for Sack Geeks, which we greatly appreciate her doing.
Look at
shout out
that. Everybody helping out. That's cool.
Her and Bex both.
There you go. Shout out to Girl Mode. Shout out to Bex. Good old Bex.
Good old back.
Those tiles on the roof that you see, those are actually each one's painted by a different artist.
Oh, that's dope.
Awesome.
So
Free Comic Book Day went over pretty well. Did you pick up a lot of books? Did Bruce get a lot of books?
Yeah, everyone
Bruce
got
has
some.
Bruce got about a 1 inch, 1.5 inch stack. I got like a 2-inch stack, and she got a couple.
And then because it's Free Comic Book Day, Bruce's birthday's coming up, I figured get some more for the goodie bags for the kiddos.
Oh, that's so smart. That's so smart. I love that idea. Like the giveaways. That's good.
Yeah.
You know, my shout out to my friend Scott, who works at World's Best. Instead of for Halloween, instead of giving out candy, he curates books that he gets throughout the year. Like, and it's not the Free Comic Book Day stuff from his own collection or stuff that he finds, and he gives those away during Halloween instead of candy. I'm like, oh, that's such a fun idea. So the gift bag's a great idea for the birthday.
But yeah, because we don't know what we're going to put in, but I thought a comic for a Deadpool themed birthday party would be very fitting.
Yes. Just make sure you check the ratings on those books before you throw it in bags and hand it to kids.
I know the kids we're inviting. It's all okay.
I'm not worried about the kids. I'm worried about the parents. You know?
I know the parents too.
Okay.
Yeah,
then
we're
good.
the ones that are more likely to steal everything. So it's
There you go. Vampirella. Do it. Throw it in.
Now, I got all the kitty version ones, so if there are parents that's like, oh my god, it's like, okay, you have Spidey and friends. You're fine.
So
Awesome.
we were not sure, but we are actually going to be doing a show tomorrow.
okay.
We will be going on tomorrow, and I will be working on Bruce's birthday gift.
Nice. Okay, so I mean, you're going to be working on his birthday gift, but I mean, isn't he going to watch the stream? Like,
No,
No.
he's been instructed he can't.
okay,
I mean, he can ghost watch. Let's not lose the viewership, okay? You know, let's work the algorithm.
He watches weird stuff anyways.
Yeah, he's in his room right now watching
YouTubers
randomness
playing games
and
and
stuff.
So when something box.
Gotcha. Well, that's awesome. I'm glad Free Comic Book Day went off. So you're fully in con season, yeah? You're gonna be busy.
I don't think
Yes.
for us it ever really stopped because
I was gonna say
stuff just keeps coming up and we keep getting asked to be a part of it.
that's cool. That's awesome.
Like next weekend.
Good
Oh,
segue.
yeah.
What do you got coming up next weekend? We'll tease it. We'll have more on that, but let's tease it.
right. Actually, I just got a
Yeah.
text from Pete, and he said he'll be here in like 10 minutes. So
Awesome. Well, let's
Awesome.
talk about it from your point of view.
right.
The longs
Well, we're going to be featured guests this
at
Saturday.
Omega Con 2.
Yes, and we're having a booth.
Hey, look at that.
It'll be inside, according to Pete. We're going to be inside.
Not outside with the ruffians, with the hooligans.
with Raph, with us.
Yeah, we get to be inside.
Our booth will also be a photo, like a photo posing spot.
Yeah, so we're going to let people pose with our props and stuff for photos.
Oh, okay. That's awesome.
That's kind of cool.
It's
That's
90s themed, so all of our 90 cosplays that we do, all of our little props and things that we hold and carry around, we'll have there, and people can take photos with.
Gotcha. Let's set the stage because we got Pete coming on in a little bit, but let's talk about the con while we're on it. So Omega Con 2 is coming May 10th, and it's going to be at the Madeira Fairgrounds, right? Down in Madeira?
Yeah.
Ooh, this is going to be big. So this is like the culmination of like 3 different shows coming together, but it's going to be a pretty big show, right? Who do we have coming? There's going to be like not Najee Jeter, who played
Lou.
Spider-Man or Miles Morales Spider-Man
Yeah.
in the
Lou.
games.
In the games, right?
Yeah, in
We're
the
gonna-
video games.
Lou Ferrigno.
And Lou Ferrigno, the original Incredible Hulk himself. That's going to be awesome.
Also, Billy from Adventure Time.
And Billy from Adventure Time. Yes. Who else we got?
Oh, there's so many people. I can't even remember all the celebrity guests.
Well, I can remember.
I
Not that I'm looking at it, but I
Andy?
can remember.
Can't
Yeah, I
remember
wasn't
his name.
prepared
Andy.
for that.
Well, apparently, also we're considered a special guest, so that's kind of fun.
Yeah, I saw that. I thought that was amazing that you guys have a flyer.
I know.
Special guests. They're very special.
Yeah,
They'll probably
find
be
it
in
out.
the
Sorry, we'll be there.
and back by the dumpster. That's fine. That's fine. No, but check this out. You mentioned him last week, but John Morris, the
Right.
voice actor, the voice behind Andy from Toy Story,
Oh yeah.
will also be there at OmegaCon too. So your good buddy now, John
Yeah.
Morris. It's going to be awesome.
Right.
Oh,
Our good friend Dale D. Kelly is going to be there, the voice of Dragon Ball Z. He was also no, he wasn't Deborah. He played Captain Ginyu.
Oh, that's right. That's right.
He was saying David Gonzalez should be there as well.
David
Mhm.
Gonzalez is going to be there.
From Return of the Jedi. That's awesome. Rev, I think his name was. That's his credited name, but he's a cool guy. Super cool. It's so cool meeting like alumni actors from Star Wars. They're always so cool. I can't think of one person that's been a snob or anything like that. David, I see him at a few different shows. I've seen him at 2 different shows already this year. And he's just so down to earth and just somebody you can just hang out and talk with. I love it. And he's like, want to hit the drum? Let's hit the drum. So cool.
There's also going to be one of the actors that was a Jawa there. I cannot remember her name.
Susanna Malik.
She
She's
was
a
a Jawa
Jawa.
and something else.
Jawa from The Mandalorian.
Right. And I believe she's going to be hanging out with the Project Wish booth.
Oh yeah, Project Wish Upon starts hosting the Cantina bar.
Right.
Yeah, the beer garden. Watch out, Project Wish Upon a Star. They'll be hosting the beer garden, so that's cool. So shout out to Darren and Veronica.
You might be able to get a drink from a Jawa there.
There you go. There you go. I don't know if I'd trust that drink, but that's fine.
Yeah, that's meant to knock you out, so then that way they can go and steal your entire fucking ship.
Yeah.
Not all of them do that.
They're fucking pickpockets, okay?
Not all
some
of
of them.
Apparently they're
them.
hairy.
They're just looking for their eggs. Eggs got expensive. Jawas are on the right page.
Yeah, I mean, rocking the Bantha score right now.
In
We'll
my Jawa costume, I actually have a little egg.
Oh,
Nice.
so you're walking around with the God, what was it? The mudhorn egg.
I don't remember which one of the Colossus Girl shows it is, but one of them I bought the egg and gave birth to the little dragon that came out of it because I wanted the egg, and he'll always take another 3D print toy.
Suga.
I
So it
think
looks
was
like a
the last
big
of the
show.
year. Yeah.
This is going to be a pretty big show, but it's not that long, so you got to pack it in. So I'd get there early if I was anybody that's going to be going. It's from 11 to 6, Madeira Fairgrounds in Madeira, of course. But again, all these different actors and talent, beer garden, vendors, photo booths. It's going to be amazing. They packed a ton into OmegaCon.
Absolutely did. And just to throw it out there again for the listeners out there, it is at Madeira Fairgrounds. The address is 1850 Cleveland Avenue in Madeira, California. So that way you guys can put that in. You can go and get tickets at www.purplepass.com/OmegaCon 2025. And pre-sale tickets are $10, $15 at the gate. So definitely worth getting a pre-sale ticket if you guys are going to do that.
I dig it. I dig it. So are you guys going to get any autographs? Or are you going to be too busy being guests and being talent and running your booth?
I am getting one for sure, possibly two. I'm definitely getting Lou Ferrigno's because he was Billy, and I have the Enchiridion that I made. That's already signed by Jake and Marceline and one more person. Jake, Marceline, and
Ice King.
Tom Kenny.
Oh, Tom Kenny? Yeah.
Yeah. So I already have 3 Adventure Time signatures in there, but it's my custom handmade freaking Enchiridion, and I'm having them all sign the inside page like it's a yearbook.
Like it's a yearbook. That's cool. That's good. That's good. I wish we would have had Darren, but I wanted to hear more about the beer garden because I think they're getting like a bunch of proceeds, and I don't know what beers they're going to have on top. I think they said they're going to have 2 different beers and 2 different wines, but I didn't get which ones. But shout out, go help out. If you're going to go to the show, go get a beer, go get a drink, help out Project Wish Upon a Star. Really good nonprofit organization. They help kids, usually cancer patients, have a VIP con experience of a lifetime. I'm jealous of this con experience that they get to go on. So shout out, help out Project Wish Upon a Star, bring some joy and some happiness to some kids out there that are nerds and geeks just like us.
Right. Now, of course, we'll be there kind of just hyping things up, but we're there to just kind of meet the fans and meet everyone.
Hyping it up.
Okay.
Well, that was fun. For some reason, James just somehow kicked everybody off the stream.
Why do you always blame me? I'm trying to fix my light and you blame me?
Because you turned around and all of a sudden we're all off the screen.
You're right. That's what happens. My beautiful face left the screen and everything went to hell.
And I think what made it worse is both me and James were probably trying to fix it, and we were just like taking people off the screen, but then putting people back on. I wasn't
trying to fix anything. I don't want to get blamed.
Too late. It's all your fault.
It's been documented.
We all have Star Wars stuff. Phil's wearing Star Wars. I'm wearing Star Wars. James's background Star Wars, and that little thing next to the and then there's all those are all Star Wars right there. Those are all figures.
Well, it is, or it was May the 4th.
Yeah, that's permanent in our home.
Girl Mode said it was fun to watch me and James messing with the screen just right now. This is great content for the audio listeners. It's awesome.
They're like, what the fuck? That means they should just also watch the show on YouTube.
Hey, we are a family show. Can you watch your language, young lady?
I can't watch the words come out of my mouth.
Our kids, there goes the algorithm. Now we can't be for kids.
All right, kids, those are grown-up words. You don't say them. They're for grown-ups only.
Yeah.
There.
The fuck?
Fuck yeah, it's only for kids. Only for adults.
Just I'm gonna Vegeta it right now and go, the fuck.
So OmegaCon is coming up May 10th. By the way, before Pete gets on, let's mention a couple other shows. There is another show happening the same weekend.
Right.
Just up the road. Is Lodi, right? Lodi Comic-Con? It's not called the Grape Festival anymore. Just Lodi.
No, it's Lodi-Con.
Lodi-Con Spring, May 10th. Lodi Grape Festival. Oh my gosh.
Right. Now, our other representative, Sack Deadpool, is going to be there. So that's going to be some fun stuff there. And I mean, they also have a really fun lineup. I'm a little jealous of some of the people that are going to be there. Specifically that Ricochet and Samantha Irvin are going to be there.
Oh, from
AEW.
Formerly WWE.
Yeah, it's funny. I saw something earlier today that was talking about the backlash that Samantha Irvin got when she left, and I was like, I still love Samantha Irvin. I wish she would come back and be I think she was an amazing ring announcer. She was so much better than kind of like the mishmash that they have going on right now.
Yeah. You got is Pete on yet? No.
I don't see him here. No.
Okay. We'll get back to him. So anyway, that is the same day, May 10th, Lodi Comic Con. So check out LodiComicCon.com for tickets and all the details and who else is going to be there. It's going to be great. But
Get there early.
get there early.
Absolutely.
Their lines get crazy really fast every time. So get there early.
Insider scoop. I like that. But for us, the weekend after Gem State Comic Con, May 17th and 18th, Expo Idaho in Boise, Idaho. Oh my gosh. Get ready for some driving. This is going to be fun. So
now this is the biggest show of the year that we do. Well, next to LA Comic Con. LA Comic Con is a whole different beast. We don't even count that in the thing because we don't actually do that. We do press coverage at LA Comic Con, but this is the biggest show that we do. And just the guest lineup for Boise is insane. Ray Park, the original Darth Maul, Bonnie Wright, Ginny Weasley, Scott Patterson, Sean Gunn, Brian O'Halloran, Marilyn Gigliotti. So many more people that are going to be there, guys. It's going to be a great time. We are going to have an amazing time on stage, and we're going to just knock it out like we do every year. So, guys, head over to www.gemstatecomiccon.com. Get your tickets now. It is going to be a great time. If you're not from the Idaho area, make your way to the Idaho area. We will see you guys in Boise. It is so worth it. We've done this, 4 years in a row, James?
I think so, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
So
if
much fun.
nothing else, you're going to want to see the Clerks 18 plus panel.
Yes. So we are hosting a 18 plus. They are advertising an 18 plus Clerks panel, and that is going to be insane. Just because the last time we had Brian O'Halloran and Marilyn Gigliotti, it turned into an 18 plus thing. So now we're going in there with like it being an 18 plus thing, and it is going to be hilarious.
So much fun. There's so much fun getting the behind the scenes from them. I love them a lot. They're cool. Super cool. But hey, also good friends of the show, Elise Bowman is going to be there.
That's right.
It's not even in our notes, but Pan from Dragon Ball will be there. I think there's 3 voice actors from Dragon Ball.
I want to say the current voice of Frieza is supposed to be there.
Yeah. So Derek Stephen Prince is going to be there. And then also your friend Rick Robertson.
That's right, Rick's
there as well
too.
Yeah, so it'll be a good time. Good Dragon Ball Z panels to be had. I think there's actually like 3 panels Dragon Ball Z during the show, but it's gonna be fun. It's gonna be a good time. Have you guys been to Gem State?
No, this will be our first time.
It's exciting. It's exciting. Hopefully the weather will hold up. It'll be fun. But it's a great turnout. And, you know, I always say this, but Colossus Girl Entertainment, what they do well with their cons, they're not the biggest cons, but what they do well is they build communities. And since this is their hometown, they've built such a big community right there in Boise, Idaho. They bring out all the big guns, all the big stars. It's Idaho. They can bring out guns. All the big stars to this show. Tons of people, tons of vendors. Like, remember one year there was like a wrestling ring in the middle of the exhibit floor?
Oh God, I wish they did that. That was the year we first saw Sir Samurai, man.
Yeah,
and he ended up winning.
Yeah, that's cool. That was really cool.
On his social media, that they posted that some of the boxes, the package kits you can get, like the Darth Maul pack or the whatever, this and that pack. Mm-hmm. Some of those are starting to show up at their home base station, and they said if you're in the area, you can actually come get them.
Awesome. Very nice. Very nice. Yeah, I think what is it? Colossus Girl Collectibles.
Right.
Or actually, I think it's less than a mile from Expo, Idaho.
We got to go this year. We actually have to go.
Yeah, go check it out. It'll be fun. So, I mean, what we just talked about 3 cons that are happening this month. I think there's a ton more coming up too. I think 2 weeks after this con, after Gem State, there's going to be, I think, Beaver State.
Beaver State's coming up. So I mean, like we're kind of just chugging along with all this because there's so many things that we're doing.
We're getting into the thick of it. It's gonna be
into the thick of it.
In June, we got Sinister coming up.
Oh, nice. Very nice. Here in Sacramento?
Yep.
Over at the Scottish Rite Center.
Oh, that's cool. That'll be awesome.
I know people are very anxious to see what we're making because I work with one of the people who does the cosplay contest, and she's asking me every other day, trying to get hints and information of what we're making because she wants to know and see. And
I'm super stoked because Sinister got 2 major Dougs there. They have Doug Jones and Doug Bradley.
Nice.
So Hellraiser and then Abe Sapien.
Doug Jones is a big deal.
Yeah. They also got Malibu's Most Wanted.
Jamie Kennedy.
Kennedy. Yeah. Funny that he's at a horror con, but I mean
he was in what was it? I think in the Screams or something like that.
Or Idle Hands or something.
I forgot about that. That's right. He was in a couple of horror movies. Doug Jones is that guy is every creature. He is all the cool creatures in every movie.
Yeah, if there's a skinny, weird costume that somebody wore, it was probably him.
Yeah, because he was Abe Sapien. He also was the
hands guy from Pan's Labyrinth.
He was the hands guy in Pan's Labyrinth. He was also the water guy in Shape of Water.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he was the creature.
All the cool monsters is him, and the reason he got all those jobs, he said, is because he's one of the few people that can sit there for multiple hours in the makeup chair and just stay calm, be chill, not care.
Right.
And then once he gets there, he can become the creature and take on the role. But I relate to that. Where both Sandra and Bruce hated the process of the live cast and they only did their face. I sat there for a couple hours and my sister did my entire head covered in silicone. And then that has to cure, which takes 10, 15 minutes. And then did an entire plaster wrap, and then that has to cure for another 20 minutes. Which is like 3 hours of just sitting in a silicone thing where all you see is darkness.
Darkness, everybody.
Darknesses.
Oh, and you can't move.
Yeah, no, because if you move, then you screw everything up.
But once it gets to the plaster cast part, you can at least move just a little bit, and you're talking like this, and you sound retarded, but at least you can communicate. Because the silicone has cast it to your face already, so if it breaks free from your skin, it doesn't really matter. The plaster jacket is more just so when you cast it, it doesn't blow the mold out.
Gotcha.
You sound like you're doing our stream.
Yeah.
All right, why don't we keep the show going, and then when Pete gets on, we can jump back and talk OmegaCon too. Because I don't know where Pete is, but when he comes in, when he's ready, we'll
right.
So you want to do our pluggables?
What?
You want to do our pluggables?
Yeah.
Yeah. So go ahead and drop those pluggables before we move on here. Go ahead here.
Okay, guys, you can find us on YouTube, Facebook, Threads, and Instagram at DeLongFam Cosplay. And you can catch all the stuff we're doing there. Our live stream is every Wednesday. It's normally at 5:30, but this week we are starting at 6 because Jeff is out of town, so he needs to be sure he's there. Like he said, he's going to be working on something not cosplay related, but still working on Bruce's surprise birthday project. So you guys meet us over there tomorrow. Look for the notifications. Please subscribe because we still need to get that 100 subscribers so we can raffle off the D&D Warhammer.
All right. And just as you said that, our guest popped into the queue here. So, ladies and gentlemen, let's please welcome to the show the man behind OmegaCon. Put your hands together for Pete Salazar.
What's up, guys?
How's it going?
How you guys doing, man?
We're good, man. We're always good. How are you?
I'm good, dude. Sorry for jumping on late.
Oh, you're fine, man. No worries. We stretched, so we're good.
We were
That's
just talking
cool,
about how con season is upon us, and there's so many shows, so many things happening, but OmegaCon is happening, and it looks awesome. So you've been putting it together for a while now, yeah?
Yeah, this is our second year. So we did Fresno Fairgrounds, my hometown Fresno last year. We actually tried a 3-day show, and I kind of went back to the drawing board and I moved location for strategic reasons. And it's hopefully going to be our new home from here on out.
Awesome. So it's at the Madera Fairgrounds, is that right? Yeah.
Yes, Madera is 20 minutes north of Fresno off the 99, literally right off the freeway.
Mhm.
As we're coming from you guys from the northern area, then it would probably be about 20 minutes before Fresno, give and take.
Gotcha. I think they used to do shows there. I think that's where California Republic Comic-Con used to be. I think it was in Madera. But
It was in Merced.
Oh, Merced. That's
Yeah,
what it was.
Merced is like 25 minutes north of Madera.
Gotcha.
So Merced's about 45 minutes from Fresno, give and take.
Gotcha.
Oh, yeah.
But so real quick, tell us about OmegaCon because it's kind of like this Voltron of cons, right? Like it's a mixture of a few different entities that have come together.
Last year it was. This year it's just me.
Oh, look at you! You're the Omega.
Yeah, it's Diehards and Son, Time Machine, our stores, basically sponsoring it, presenting it. We did have 2 other promoters that I try to bring in from the South Valley, south of Fresno, Bakersfield area, and then Turlock area. We gave it a shot, but I mean, those guys both have like their own things going on. So, it's cool. They're friends of mine, dude. All we did is just kind of went back to the drawing board, changed up the locations and try to just, bring it back out here, dude. Like I said, just north of Fresno. Where there's not a lot that does happen in Madera, and we have access to the fairgrounds there. We work with them already the last couple of years during their fair. That's in September. I do like a cosplay contest with some like cosplay guests. We did vendors last year, just a little bit. They wanted to try that out. They kind of said, okay, let's go back to the original idea. But we did like $500 of combined cash prizes for 3 winners last year during their fair cosplay contest.
Wow.
They're very good people. They're very, very good people to work with, dude. And it was just a no-brainer to bring it there when I'm already working with them. Like I said, every September. That
makes sense. But this year, dude, it's kind of blowing up. You got your guest list is crazy. We got Najee Jeter, Miles Morales from the Spider-Man games, John Morris.
Let me stop you on that real quick. Sorry. So we had Najee Jeter, and we haven't announced it yet because we just found out he supposedly double booked himself.
Oh no!
And so he's supposed to make us a video on that. We haven't got it, and I'm being very nice about it. But he's no longer on the event. We haven't announced it yet because we're waiting. We thought we were going to have that video in our hands a day or 2 ago when we found out. So, he dropped off, dude. I guess he found another event. Supposedly he double booked, but I'll leave it at that. But we still got the big Lou Ferrigno. Go ahead. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt. I just wanted to clarify that we didn't have him on anymore.
Yeah, but Lou Ferrigno, it doesn't get any bigger than the Hulk. You know what I mean? The Hulk is the Incredible Hulk, not just any Hulk. The Incredible Hulk.
Incredible Hulk. And we were mentioning Dale D. Kelly, who's actually a friend of the show. He's been on the show. And Dale loved Dale altogether, the voice of Dragon Ball Z. as well as Captain Ginyu. So kind of a big deal there. John Morris, Andy from the Toy Story, Susanna Malik from Mandalorian, of course, David Gonzalez from Return of the Jedi, Scott Butler from Agatha All Along, and John St. John, the voice of Sonic the Hedgehog. Some pretty big talent there, man.
Yeah, so we're very happy, dude. And then, of course, we got some really great cosplay guests from most of them are from, a couple are from Fresno, and then some are from the northern area where we do our weekend blender, Citrus Heights and Tracy area with Cindy Rue, Sandra that you had on right now and her family. And we have another guy here in town. He does the Green Ranger and several different Power Rangers.
Okay.
Yeah, so we've been adding on. We've got a couple of vehicles. But, the way it happens, dude, is you have things on and then they fall off. And then you add some other things back on. So that's kind of been the juggle this last week, man. I mean, it's got me on my toes. This event, like most events, going to make me work for it, dude, which is cool. But, you get blindsided. I mean, we had more vehicles that were like cosplay vehicles, and then we kind of lost some, but we got a couple. We added a little bit of video gaming, which is cool. We got some TCG. I know what to do next year when we do part 3. I have some really good ideas that probably I just need more time to execute, but I'm excited that this is the building template in Madera to start hopefully the home of OmegaCon.
Nice. That's awesome. You know what you have that not a lot of cons have is you're going to have some kind of beer garden. Is that what I heard?
We're doing an Omega Cantina, which is Star Wars base theme with our charity.
That's so badass.
Yeah, our charity and friends with Wish Upon a Star. Project Wish Upon a Star.
Yeah, Project Wish Upon a Star is amazing. I'm glad you got Darren and Veronica involved, and Callie. Shout out to Cosplay Callie as well. Their dog, their cosplay dog. That's awesome. So when you can go buy alcohol, and is there going to be like themed drinks, beers?
We're gonna do. Well, for right now, starting this first one, because we were able to have control over doing this fundraiser for Project Wish Upon a Star. We're going to learn from this one, but we do have beer. So we have I think a couple different beers. It's not a lot right now in this first one. And then we have wine, I think 2 different wines. And then we're going to have the micheladas with like a lightsaber on a 22-ounce cup. That's Project Wish Upon a Star's idea. So, as far as what they wanted to do with the cup and the little lightsaber trinket that you get with it. So I don't know if we're doing blue milk. I think they were talking about blue milk, non-alcoholic drink. We will add some other drinks in mind that I had, but we couldn't get it on this one. But we will step something up for non-alcoholic and alcohol next year as we can explore our options on that. This one is going to be a Star Wars themed cantina. And again, we're going to build it. Darren's got some stuff there and props that he said he can bring out. And we're going to put some of our celebrity guests in there that are from Star Wars. So, awesome. Yeah, we're excited because it's a covered building, but the sides are open. It's like a lumberjack style building. It's a really cool building.
So you get some airflow, you get access to the outside. That's cool. I dig that.
Yeah.
I dig that.
Excited about it, man.
That's awesome. You can go have a beer, have a drink, and help a good nonprofit. At a con, this is dream come true.
Right.
Yep, you can drink and shop and
that's
check everything out. We got these cool guys that are hosting the concrete stage out there. I think you guys know them, Distance Nerding. They're gonna come out and hold down the stage out there and play some music, and then we got a live band coming called Lunch Money, and they're gonna be playing some type of pop culture music. I used to book live bands a long time ago, dude. So this is I booked 2 bands when we did our Brew the Con event last year at a local brewery. So I don't want to go back into booking bands again. I've walked away from that, but I mean, I'm happy that I could still be able to, to reach out to people or through friend referrals. When we got this
for
band.
your shows, that's all that matters.
Yeah, just to book it for our events, and then I think between you guys and the band, and then having our host Cindy Rue hold down the cosplay, I think it's going to be a good time up on the stage on there, for us to learn and build from this and make it even more awesome next year.
Yeah, it sounds amazing. Some good nerd geek energy, positive energy happening out. I love it. So again, OmegaCon, May 10th, 2025, down in Madeira. You can get tickets at purplepass.com/OmegaCon25.
2025.
2025. Purplepass.com/OmegaCon 2025. And what's the Instagram so we can follow all the pictures and all the setup and all the cosplayers? It's
OmegaCon, so it's at OmegaCon the number 1. So OmegaCon 1.
I like it.
And then on Facebook, it's just under OmegaCon.
There you go. I dig it. Well, we're excited. Looks like it's going to be an amazing time. Amazing guests, amazing vendors, amazing cosplayers, amazing beer. So be careful with your pocketbooks because you're going to come home with a bunch of comics and statues and Funko Pops.
What happens when you drink?
I know, right?
Yeah. So, I mean, we're excited, dude. And again, I appreciate you guys being a part of it. The last show we did, you know, and Citrus Heights, I appreciate you guys being a part of this one. And, you know, we'll work together from here on out as much as you guys can. Appreciate you guys having on me. Thank you for, you know, bringing the awareness out there. We're excited, dude. You know, it's a lot to put together. My head's everywhere on it right now. I'm just trying to get information back to people. Taking some I just had 2 last minute, one vendor that already signed up and then a last minute vendor jump on right now. And I mean, I have the room, dude. So I saw I was kind of a little late when I walked in. They actually came in. I forgot I told them to come in after 6. So we took care of that real quick before we jumped on. But yeah, dude, I mean, I know next year, you know, you learn as you do these events how you can make them better for the fans. So that's, you know, my fans and vendors, like they're the pillars of the event, dude. And my cosplayers, they're all the pillars of the event, my guests. So we want to find out how to make it better for everybody, make it fun, and try to see how we can be not your typical Comic-Con, you know?
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Dude, Pete, you're amazing. I love what you do, the energy you bring. We're all nerds, we're all geeks, but you bring another level by bringing everybody together like this. So we definitely appreciate what you're doing, what OmegaCon's doing, what Weekend Blender's doing, what Time Machine's doing. You're doing the Lord's work, sir.
Thank you, guys. I appreciate you, man. It really means a lot. Thank you.
All right, take care.
All right, guys. We'll see you soon. Have a good night. Thank you.
All right,
too,
Pete.
Pete.
We'll see you on
Thank
Saturday.
you, guys.
That was awesome. He's like, why is it on me like that? Well, guys, DeLongs, we appreciate you guys coming on and hanging out as long as you did. I think Jeff said he's going to take off. Sandra, are you going to be back for the dance party?
Of course.
All right. So
We'll yell at Bruce to go to bed.
that's right. So we'll see you guys back here in a little bit then. Or
right.
Yeah.
Well, I'll see you guys later. I'm gonna go have cheesecake and whiskey.
Hey, there you go.
I'm jealous.
Do that at home.
I'll see you guys later.
All right.
All right.
That's a good night right there. That's a good night.
That sounds like a great night to me. Well, ladies and gentlemen, we've got to continue on here. So, of course, let's jump right back into the show. It's time to start some rumors. I think I might have to play this on Saturday.
There you go. Oh, that's a good idea. That's
Right. I might actually just have to play like one of our themes on on the thing on Saturday, right? So
Belarus may get upset, but you know that's fine.
I mean, Belarus isn't going to get mad at us when we're doing a show. You know,
From Belarus to Madeira, DC Studios might have egg or clay on its face. First, Sergeant Rock has bit the dust. We'll talk more about that in a minute.
right?
And now, Clayface, one of the more interesting entries in James Gunn's DCU, is headed back to square one. Horror director James Watkins was tapped to bring Clayface to life, but a script written by Mike Flanagan. But now we're hearing the project may not be as far along as we hoped. We talked about it before that it was like immediately greenlit, immediately being written and whatnot. But I guess Mike Flanagan only wrote a skeleton script, so just pretty much an outline for the movie. But then he shifted because he got the Stephen King's Carrie series. I don't know.
Yeah.
But he has to write that now. So he's kind of said, "Peace out, DC. I got that Stephen King money." So what's all that mean? That means Clayface is reportedly undergoing a full page one rewrite, which is industry speak for they're starting over
from scratch.
So talk is on the table. Is DC in a crisis already?
I don't think they are. Not with this. My tacos are off the table if that's the case. And the reason is because there's a couple of different projects that they've been kind of like trying to like figure out and everything like that, but they have like held their guns on this Clayface movie. So it feels like this skeleton that they have put together is good enough that they're like, okay, well, if we can flesh out the rest of this movie can be really good. And depending on what version of Clayface that they are basing it on, there are versions of Clayface in the comics that are like, this is full on horror movie. You know, so like, and I know James Gunn is trying to go the route of Marvel with putting different genre and different like kind of just different tones within DC in order to create a more kind of like built world. So doing a horror corner with Clayface, I think would be amazing.
I hope they still do it. That's all. I understand they may have to pull back a little bit, but I hope they continue with the project because it just sounds interesting and it'd be such a new take on what the DCU has to offer. So
right.
All right.
Well, let's go ahead and move on here. The next story that we've got going on, I got a strange feeling about. It's really got me feeling a little weird. Will Poulter from Midsummer, Dope Sick, The Bear, Death of the Unicorn, he made his Marvel debut in James Gunn's Guardians of the Galaxy 3 as Adam Warlock. Now the rumors are circulating that Poulter would reunite with James Gunn and make his DCU debut in a show or movie, first before headlining a Adam Strange series for Max. It's kind of funny. He's going from Adam Warlock to Adam Strange. Ladies and gentlemen, tacos on the table. He's no doctor, but do you think this rumor is strange?
I think there is going to be a little bit of an exodus from Marvel over to DC with James Gunn spearheading things. People that he's worked with, just like this, just like Will Poulter. I think we're going to get some more Guardians that are going to come over. We talked about, Sean Gunn earlier in the show, but just like he's going from Marvel over to DC, I think Will Poulter is going to be jumping over. So tacos on the table. Absolutely. Will Poulter will be Adam Strange.
Yeah, I agree. Will Poulter makes sense to move over, but like you're saying, I think a lot of actors are going to find their way into DC, knowing the work that James Gunn does, knowing how dedicated to the comics he is. I see a lot of actors kind of doing double duty, and like some are probably going to stay in Marvel, but then also do another character in DC. So it'll be interesting to see kind of where the route goes with all that.
Yeah, totally. Okay. Next one. Death comes for us all. Even back to the MCU, a new rumor is floating around saying that Aubrey Plaza, your girl, Aubrey.
My girl, Aubrey Plaza.
Isn't done with the MCU. The actress appeared in the Disney Plus series Agatha all along as Rio Vidal, who later became Lady Death. The rumor is Plaza could return in a follow-up series involving Agatha and Billy. Interesting. But Marvel Studios has also started filming Vision Quest, a series centered on Vision, since Billy and Tommy are Vision's sons in MCU canon. A crossover or Death's reappearance in the storyline remains possible. Tacos on the table. Is Marvel on a quest to have more Death in the MCU?
I absolutely do believe that. I mean, you wouldn't cast Aubrey Plaza as Lady Death because she's kind of like, I mean, she's had a steady career, but she's kind of on an uptick with some of the projects that she's done recently. And then on top of that, Lady Death is a massive character in the comics. So it makes sense to bring her back, especially in reference or like in proximity to Billy and his brother, and specifically I want to see the involvement between her and Scarlet Witch. So it'll be interesting to see where she fits into all this.
Yeah, exactly. I totally agree. Tacos on the table. You don't bring on Aubrey Plaza to
Right.
just have her in one series and be done with it. They got plans, whether it's, phase 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, she's going to find her way back. Same thing with Catherine Hahn. They're going to find a way to bring them back,
Right.
Sorry, Jeremy Renner, but Aubrey Plaza and Catherine Hahn are what people are asking for. But we'll talk more, Jeremy.
We'll talk about Jeremy Renner in a little bit here. So in X news, moving on from here, X news that just makes me all giddy. Or I guess you know what? This is where we change this to. I feel just like a little girl news.
I feel just like a little girl.
Deadpool star Ryan Reynolds is already brainstorming a new Marvel Studios project, and it won't be a traditional Deadpool movie. The initial report said that Ryan Reynolds is developing a film where Deadpool would team up with 3 or 4 X-Men characters. Notably, this movie is not connected to the X-Men reboot, so the rumor is that it could be an X-Force movie. X-Force has always been the darker, messier counterpart to the traditional X-Men, the Black Ops or Outcast team of mutants. So tacos on the table. It was just Cinco de Mayo. Will Ryan Reynolds DoorDash as the Deadpool X-Force chimichanga combo plate?
I think so. These movies have made so much money, and they did such a good job introducing him into the Disney official MCU version of Marvel. No way they're gonna stop this franchise. No way. They're gonna find a way to make it happen. And I think having it kind of keeping it sort of adjacent to the MCU works better.
Yeah.
They can make all the connections they want to do, but Marvel doesn't have to worry about what Deadpool's doing over here in some weird corner of the universe. It's just let him be Deadpool, and that's fine.
Right. I mean, he's already said that he doesn't believe that he's going to be an Avenger. You're not going to get a lot of that just because he feels like that's the end of Deadpool's when you make him an Avenger.
Right.
So yeah, I do see Marvel saying, "Oh, let's let Ryan do whatever the hell he wants. The guy makes money. Like he just prints money when it comes to Deadpool and these characters and everything like that." I would love to see them just say just let Deadpool be in his own universe, and now that you can play with all the toys, just let him play with whatever toys he wants.
Yeah, let him play over in the corner. He's fine. He's
right.
Fine.
Yeah. So yeah, tacos on the table for that.
But speaking of the MCU, Doctor Doom is a magnet for some mayhem in the MCU. This one's fun.
That's pretty funny.
Marvel Avengers Doomsday is officially in production, and while Marvel Studios is keeping most details under wraps, a new report is sure to get fans excited. The rumor suggests a fight sequence is currently in development between Robert Downey Jr.'s Doctor Doom and Sir Ian McKellen's Magneto. I didn't know we needed this, but now that they said it,
We
I
need this.
need this. You can see, this is going to be amazing. The scene is reportedly set in the iconic X Mansion, which is said to be under attack. There is no leaked photos, but it's hard to imagine that the cinematic clash will be epic. Oh my God, this is going to be amazing. Avengers Doomsday is set to be released on May 1st, 2026. Tacos on the table. Are senior citizens going to save or destroy the MCU?
Yes, senior citizens are going to be fighting. Magneto is going to break a hip and then still use his powers to just throw Doctor Doom across the room.
Yeah.
The
hip.
Yeah, 100%. The thing is Sir Ian McKellen's portrayal of Magneto has a lot of gravitas to it. So I think it's going to be a masterclass of acting more than anything. And that fight scene, I'm sure they're going to have to use a lot of CG to make Ian McKellen look, not old anymore.
Not old.
Sorry, I'm not trying to shit on Ian McKellen, but he is a little bit older now.
He's a lot a bit older. I mean, he was old 20 years ago when the X-Men movies came out. All right, but yeah, talk was on the table for that one. I want to see that one.
Absolutely. So that is it for rumors for the week here, ladies and gentlemen. We will be posting everything online and whatnot. So if you're more interested in checking out some of the stories, just follow us as it is, and you'll see more from us. So now, with that all being said, of course, it is now time for our favorite part. It's time for the download. Wrong one. This tends to happen a lot. It's because I'm
just take two. We'll fix it in post. No worries.
in post.
For more news, trailers, reactions, check out the Distance Nerdington post on Facebook. Let us know what you're nerding out on. I just posted 5 different new trailers. Like everything's dropping right now, getting ready for summer. So go check out the Distance Nerdington post on Facebook. Do a Google, do a search. You'll find it. Don't worry about it. Yeah. All right, let's dive in. We're starting off summer movie blockbusters strong. This is going to be good. Oh, you saw this one, so let me get through this, and I'll let you cook on it. Sinners is still going strong. The R-rated vampire horror flick earned 179.9 million so far, pushing its global total to a very impressive 236.7 million. Oh my gosh. And then right after that, Marvel Thunderbolts is off to a start with 162 million, giving the MCU a solid kickoff for summer. What, they have two movies coming? Yeah, that's crazy. And then Minecraft continues to stack blocks of gold, and it stands at $873 million worldwide. That's 3 movies. 3. And we're pushing over $1 billion with 3 movies. So Minecraft making it the highest grossing Hollywood release of the year so far. Wait till Fantastic Four happens. With theaters movies ramping up, do you see a steady diet of popcorn and junior mints in your future?
Absolutely. So I've already gone to 2 movies in the last month where I've been on a movie drought for the last year. Yeah. So I went to go see Thunderbolts over the weekend. I saw Sinners last week. Sinners was the surprise amazing movie. And it's I heard a lot of people talking about it, but going to go see it, that movie is an experience. You need to go see it. If you have not gone to see Sinners yet, what are you waiting on? Ryan Coogler made a cinematic masterpiece in this movie. And it blends the perfect amount of lore with history, with action, with horror. There's so much layer. There are so many layers to this movie. It is absolutely, it needs to win all of the awards, honestly.
I've heard nothing but good stuff about Sinners. Everybody is raving about this movie. So I totally want to check this one out. That one looks fun.
Absolutely. And then again,
wait, real quick. You don't have to spoil it for me, but Sinners, is it a horror movie or I don't know, sci-fi, fantasy, action? What?
It's more of a thriller with horror elements in it. Mm-hmm. So there are horror elements in it, but I mean it's mostly a drama and a thriller.
Right. There's vampires, but they're not glittery, right?
Definitely not glittery. No. They're the monster vampires, and you almost feel sympathetic for the vampire for a second. Again, there are a lot of layers in this movie. It is not a one stroke just. It's not one of those movies where everything is just simple, everything is complicated, but it's so well written and so well layered that it just keeps you interested the entire time. This is one of those movies you're gonna want to go see 2 or 3 times.
Oh, really? Okay. Yeah. All right. I will have to check that out. But let's keep it going. Hollywood is just getting started. Again, movies. Get ready for a massive Memorial Day weekend at the movies with a live action Lilo and Stitch and Mission Impossible: The Final Reckoning hitting theaters early. Tracking suggests the films combined could deliver $200 million over the 4-day holiday weekend, making it one of the biggest Memorial Day box office hauls ever. We just talked about like 3 movies made over $1 billion so far. Now add 2 more and it's got like another almost $250 million. Like
Yeah.
Hollywood is back. Lilo and Stitch is projected to lead the weekend with an estimated $120 million over the 4 days. Mission Impossible is on track for $80 million. Oh my gosh. Fun fact. Record of the biggest Memorial Day weekend still belongs to 2013 when the instant classic Fast and the Furious 6,
Oh God.
timeless Hangover Part 3
Okay.
helped the overall box office at $314 million. Dude, if Fast and the Furious 6 and Hangover Part 3 can do over $300 million,
They
Dude.
should do even more because this is the last Mission Impossible movie. And on top of that, Lilo and Stitch looks amazing. That's
And-
probably the movie I'm going to watch.
a beloved Disney franchise. Come on. Are you
Right.
kidding me? There's so much money to be made over Memorial Day weekend.
Yeah, it looks really good. It looks a lot better than I was expecting it to be in the first place.
Yeah.
You know, like when I heard that they were coming out with a live action Lilo and Stitch, I was just like, do we need this? Stitch is gonna look weird, and then now we see Stitch, and it's like, nope, he looks perfect. Okay, I'm okay with this.
He looks good. He does not look like Sonic or Ugly Sonic.
He doesn't look like ugly
He looks-
Sonic.
He looks super cute. We're all excited. All my kids have Stitch stuffed animals that they're sleeping with, getting ready for the film.
Oh, they got stuffies already. That's adorable.
Dude, it's crazy.
Yeah.
I want one now. So
I know. So
anyway.
do I. Yeah. All right. So let's go ahead and move on here. Over to Hulu for some feudal streaming news. Like an all-you-can-eat sushi bar, Shogun ate up 18 Emmy wins, including lead actor for Hiroyuki Sanada and lead actress for Anna Sawai. Shogun becomes FX's most watched series ever, which I watched it. I loved it. I watched it week to week. I didn't wait for the end. It's one of those shows that I wanted to watch over the week. So FX's award-slicing epic Shogun is officially getting a season 2, while season 1 wrapped up the full story from the book. The creative team is ready to turn that page and write a brand new chapter. And Cosmo Jarvis is back, playing the titular character or the main character. FX confirms season 2 will be a wholly original new chapter to the first season, unlike the debut run, which adapted James Clavell's best-selling novel. This next installment leaps 10 years into the future, so we do have.
That's interesting.
Yeah, I was going to say we do have
a
do that.
not an official synopsis. Don't stab me with a katana. It's not a synopsis.
Not an official synopsis. Don't stab me with a katana. It's not a synopsis. A lot of synopsises there. The show will continue to follow the uneasy alliance and evolving dynamic between John Blackthorne, who's played by Cosmo Jarvis, the English pilot who helped tip the scales of Japan's civil war, and Lord Yoshi Toranaga, who's played by Hiroyuki Sanada, who rose to power through brutal strategy and political cunning. FX teases that the second season continues the historically inspired saga of these two men from different worlds whose fates are inextricably entwined. The new chapter will begin filming in January, again in feudal Vancouver. No date when Shogun season 2 will draw its sword. I loved season 1. I thought it was amazing. I initially said I was not on board for season 2 because I kind of, I'm they're
Purist.
kind of a purist, but at the same time, it's like I don't want to be let down the way that like Game of Thrones let me down in the last 2 seasons, or how Lost let everybody down in the finale. Like they're they're taking a story and they're adding to that story, and I want it to still be in the vein and respect the original. You know
Right.
what I mean? So I mean, there's a lot of fear, but there's also a lot of hope. I mean, and I know that Hiroyuki Sanada is also executive producing and helping with some of the writing. So that's a big deal to me, is that somebody like Hiroyuki Sanada, who does respect the history of that and wants something that portrays that in the best way possible. I'm more on board because Hiroyuki Sanada is still a part of it.
That's a good point. I don't really pay attention much to executive producers, but you're right. Knowing that one of the major actors and, honestly, a revered actor is part of this, I think it'll be okay.
Yeah, the man is a real samurai.
Yeah.
You
He's a
know,
real samurai executive producing. If something goes wrong, we'll know.
yeah, exactly. He's gonna take your head, so don't worry about it.
Don't be in the HR department of this show. Okay.
Right. So let's move on here, guys. Rockstar just stalled. Rockstar's long-awaited Grand Theft Auto 6 won't be speeding in 2025 anymore. It's now officially set for release in 2026. Strauss Zelnick, CEO of Rockstar's parent company, Take-Two Interactive, is backing the decision with full-throated support, saying, "We fully support Rockstar Games taking additional time to realize their creative vision for Grand Theft Auto 6, which promises to be a groundbreaking blockbuster entertainment experience that exceeds audience expectations." So, ladies and gentlemen, Grand Theft Auto 6 will be drifting into a May 26th of 2026 release.
Yeah. I mean, I'm not a big gamer, but that sucks. Wasn't it supposed to come out sometime this year?
It was supposed to come out at the end of the year. Now, I've said this in the past. I'm 100% okay with a studio pushing the game back
Mm-hmm.
if it means that there's not going to be any crunch and it means that they are going to put out a better product. It's going to be more tested. It's going to be just a better game overall. What I don't want is, oh, we have a date set already and we are going to put that game out by this date, even if it's not done, and then we're just going to put out DLC to fix everything. Like that's what Cyberpunk did, right? And Cyberpunk wasn't as good when it first came out. Took a year before it was the game that it was meant to be.
Right. And
You know,
that's
so,
and that's a year of bad publicity.
right.
So even though any publicity is good publicity, but like just the reputation of like, oh, it's a bad game is going to make people not want to get it. So
Right.
interesting.
So I'm on board for them pushing the game back if necessary.
Yeah, totally. Okay. We mentioned it earlier, but let's get back to some DCU. Another promising DC project has hit the brakes. Oh my goodness. We'll always have the Penguin, I guess, because Colin Farrell was set up to suit up as World War II icon Sergeant Rock in a new DCU film, but those plans have officially been put at ease, soldier, at least for now. According to Deadline, the production, which was supposed to begin filming this summer in England, has been halted. No one at DC has offered any public comment, and the reason behind the stoppage has not been revealed. So weird. Pre-production had already started and casting was underway. Whether DC is reshuffling its priorities or this project is another casualty of studio pivoting remains to be seen. For now, Sergeant Rock has been told to stand down, soldier.
I don't want to get into any of the politics of things.
Get into it.
But the president announced that he's going to be tariffing any movies that are made overseas.
Oh.
And so if Sergeant Rock was set to be filming in the UK, they may be changing priorities in order to either try and move it to the US or try and figure something out on the side. So there's a lot of that going on.
Wow, I didn't realize that was happening.
Yeah, he announced it on Sunday.
That is nuts.
Yeah, he's going to
Any
be
movie outside
any-
of the US?
right. Any movie not made in the United States, he's going to put a tariff on.
Does that? I wonder if that'll go for like TV shows. We just talked about Shogun. I wonder if Shogun's going to get tariffed because it's going to be filmed in Canada.
His intention is he wants all filming to be moved back to the United States for everything, for any studio that's based in the United States.
Wow, that's nuts.
Yeah.
Shogun's going to get double tariffed because it's going to be filmed in Vancouver in Canada, but then it's so double tariff. Thanks a lot.
I don't know what just happened right now.
You're pressing buttons. It's okay. I'm good. I'm good with that. I'm good.
But you were saying it was going to be filmed in Canada.
Yeah. Feudal Canada.
Right. In feudal Canada.
That's right. Everybody knows there's feudalness happening in Vancouver.
Yeah. I guess that's part of the other thing too, is they want to try his intention is to try and get filming incentives taken away from Vancouver and brought back to Atlanta and LA.
Well, I mean, I kind of get it. I kind of get it, but that sucks for production and things that have been in motion, you know, for years and years to all of a sudden be like, guess what? Tariffs thing. Deal
So
with
I mean, I don't know to what extent that has to do with why it's going on there, or if it's something that has to do with Colin Farrell, or if it has to do with the script. But I mean, it may be that has something to do with it as well. So we can't take that off the table. You know what I mean?
Yeah, especially if they're in a taco.
Exactly. So let's go ahead and move on. Star Wars bailed, and Smits and Alderaan is Vatos Locos forever, I say. Orale.
Vatos Locos forever.
Vatos Locos forever. Okay. In Andor season 2.
Orale, carnal.
Orale, carnal. Okay. That is like derivative of my people, but I mean, it's okay.
You're welcome.
All right. Yeah,
Yeah,
I'm not an LA Mexican. I am a San Francisco Nicoya, but I mean, that's fine. In Andor Season 2, Episode 6, a notable exception popped up. Senator Bail Organa made an appearance, except this time, the character wasn't played by Jimmy Schmitz.
What?
Bail Organa has been recast, and according to series creator Tony Gilroy, it wasn't for lack of trying. Speaking about bringing back Jimmy Smits, Gilroy said, the scheduling didn't work out. We really tried hard, but he wasn't available and couldn't make it. La Mera Mera, President Kathleen Kennedy, stepped in by recommending Benjamin Bratt from Coco, Law and Order to fill the role. Gilroy fully embraced the idea, praising both the choice of Bratt himself. It was just a brilliant idea. He's a wonderful human being and really eager and beloved on set, and really happy about what he does. So how do you feel about the recasting specifically? Because I actually have more information than what was told on here.
Okay, so let me go first real quick then.
Yeah.
This show is so good, and it's doing such a good job with Easter eggs. You know, I couldn't figure out if this was like another Easter egg, but then I got the news about the recasting. Honestly, I'm okay with it. I like Benjamin Bratt. I've always liked Benjamin Bratt. And it's nice to know that we tried to get Jimmy Smits back, but we couldn't make it happen. We had to keep going with our production before tariff hits. But, you know, I'm good with Benjamin Bratt. Let's keep the show going. I'm okay with it. Tell me about this. Tell me about what you think about Jimmy Smits being recast.
So the situation was more so the reason Jimmy Smits couldn't come on, why he had scheduling conflicts. Jimmy Smits is battling cancer right now. So he had chemo set up and everything. He's been doing chemotherapy, and he felt that he wasn't strong enough to be able to even for like, you know, a couple of hours of
work. Oh, yeah. I mean, it's really sad. If I didn't realize he had cancer and was going through treatments. But what were you saying about?
Yeah, so he's been going through chemotherapy, and he actually also handpicked Benjamin Bratt.
Oh, he did.
Yeah, so that there was another interview that I was reading, and it said that he actually recommended Benjamin Bratt. So not only was it, I mean, I'm sure, in this article that we pulled everything from, yeah, I think they're giving the credit to Kathleen Kennedy, but I think Jimmy Smits is probably the one that told Kathleen Kennedy, "Hey, if anybody's gonna do this role, you should get Benjamin Bratt to do it." Right?
So that's a good call.
Yeah, and it really is. I mean, Benjamin Bratt looks like he could be related to Jimmy Smits. Like he really does. They look very
Honestly,
similar.
What I think they said what keyed in my my hearing was they said Organa, and I was like, oh, and then I saw him, I saw Benjamin Bratt, and I was like, is that another Organa? And then they said his name,
Right.
Bale. I'm like, oh, that's Bale Organa. He got recast.
Right. And the other thing about that is, like, I've been making jokes, and this is probably going to end up becoming a YouTube short that people are going to yell at me about. But hey, keep Bail Organa Latino.
Yeah, we need Latinos in space. You know what I mean?
Exactly. Like, Jimmy Smits is Puerto Rican,
Mm-hmm.
right? He's half Dutch, half Puerto Rican. Benjamin Bratt is Mexican. So yeah, let's keep Bail Organa Latino.
I'm all for that. We need more space tacos.
More space tacos. All
Right.
for it.
Chewbacca would be happy for that one.
You would be very happy for that. Let's go ahead and keep it going here.
You know who's not happy? Jeremy Renner is the mayor of Clapback Town. Oh, this one's spicy.
Pissed.
Jeremy Renner isn't mincing words when it comes to why Hawkeye hasn't come back for a second season. According to him, it all boils down to being offered half the salary he earned in the first series. So weird. Renner revealed that when Marvel approached him to reprise his role as Clint Barton, the deal was insulting him. He said, they asked me to do season 2 and they offered me half the money. I'm like, well, it's going to take me twice the amount of work for half the amount of money and 8 months of my time essentially to do it for half the amount. What made the offer even more frustrating for Renner was the sense of his 2023 near-death accident might have played into the pay cut. He said, I'm like, I'm sorry, why? Did you think I'm only half the Jeremy Renner because I got ran over? Maybe that's why you want to pay me half of what I made in the first season? Wow. Renner made it clear this wasn't about a creative disagreement with Marvel, saying, this is not Marvel. Mind you, this is like just Disney. Ooh, watch out. Not even really Disney. It's just the penny pinchers, the accountants. I told them to go fly a kite. I mean, just
Sure.
at the insult of the offer. So we didn't see eye to eye on it. Get it? Hawkeye didn't see eye to eye.
I'm sure that's exactly what he said. He told him to go fly a kite.
I know. So the disappointing negotiations, Renner still holds affection for the role and added, sadly, I still love the character. I'd still love to do it, but I had to defend myself. I didn't ask for any more money, mind you. Just pay me what I made in the first season.
Yeah.
He didn't ask for anything more. It's not like he turned into a diva. Looks like we'll have to wait for a Thunderbolts 2 for a second helping of some spicy mac and cheese.
What he's asking is fair. Like it's fair. Give him what he made in the first season. Unless you are completely cutting that character and like we're getting Jeremy Renner for like one scene, which is, I mean, that I get it. We want to see more Kate Bishop. Kate Bishop was an amazing character and she had a great introduction. And she is blowing up, especially after being in Sinners and having a breakout role in Sinners. But at the same time, we watch Hawkeye because Jeremy Renner is Hawkeye.
Yeah.
Right. And he brings so much to that character in humor, in action, and just everything he does with that character. Jeremy Renner is Clint Barton. And we don't, I mean, and like, unless you're cutting out Clint Barton completely, it doesn't make sense to not pay him what he made in the first season.
Yeah. I thought that was super disrespectful. Half the amount that he got paid for season 1, the pay is supposed to go up. That's so weird. I did also read something about maybe they were using this as a reason to not do a season 2. Like, people like the show well enough, they even talked about it, like maybe this comes back every Christmas, or every other Christmas to do a Hawkeye series, but throwing him half the amount that he got paid in the first series was kind of a way for Disney or whoever it may be, Marvel, Disney, accountants, to just go, you know what? He didn't take the role. It's not our fault. Not our fault. He just decided he didn't want it. He wanted more money. So it's almost a way for them to like throw it back at Jeremy Renner and say, like, this is why we're not pushing forward with this series.
Yeah. Eric saying the recent series of box office and TV flops have had a big effect on Disney paying actors what they deserve. That's his opinion. I mean, I don't think he's too far off. I don't think Eric's far off with what he's saying. I think a lot of it also is just Disney afraid to pull the trigger because they've lost so much money on some of the things that they've done.
Yeah. But half the amount, I couldn't get over that when I was reading it. I'm like, what? Half the amount?
I'm with you on that. That's disrespectful. I mean, Jeremy Renner has done so much for the franchise, for Marvel in general, and to like say, "Oh, we're only going to give you half what you made in the first one." That's just why. Why would you do that to him?
Yeah, it's messed up. Messed up. All right. Speaking of messed up, you ready for this one? This one's on.
I am absolutely ready for this one. So let's talk about some spicy, because Marvel is getting spicy with some major name changes. Oh man, and I've already seen the internet blow back on this. So we'll talk about this here in a second. Marvel Studios has officially pulled back the curtain on the mystery behind Thunderbolts asterisk and its curious asterisk. And now the movie is officially being marketed as the New Avengers. Updated billboards and theater standees have already started appearing with the New Avengers branding. Fun fact, not the first time a studio has pivoted like this. Remember when Birds of Prey and the Fantabulous Emancipation of One Harley Quinn was rebranded mid-theatrical run as Harley Quinn Birds of Prey? You guys don't remember that? Or when Edge of Tomorrow got a marketing makeover as Live, Die, Repeat for its home release? You guys not remember that? I remember all of that. Now that it's officially out, how would you have felt in the beginning if the title was New Avengers?
You know, I forgot about the whole Edge of Tomorrow one, but the Harley Quinn one was really hard. It's like, how did they get that far, and then they're like, let's add Harley Quinn.
It's that whole thing was just because they realized at the last minute, and remember, there was always dumb moves at DC at that time.
Let's chalk it up to Warner. Can we say Warner?
Right. No, I mean it's Warner Brothers. Let's
blame Warner.
A spade, right? Like Warner Brothers screwed that up, and it was their whole thing was, okay, well, Harley Quinn is the character everybody's like in love with and wants to go see, so let's rebrand it. And because if we say Birds of Prey, people are not going to know that Harley Quinn is in this movie.
Yeah.
Right. I like the original name. I thought Birds of Prey and the Fantabulous Emancipation of One Harley Quinn. It was long and it was a mouthful, but like those things.
It was cheeky. It was meant to be like that.
Exactly. It's that kind of thing is attention grabbing. It's funny. It's the reason that I write our episode names the same way that they do that, is because it might be long and a mouthful, but it is something that catches attention. Because people are like, why would they name it that? Oh, they named it that because of this. Like those kind of things I think are great. Now, it seems like Feige had always planned to do this.
Mm-hmm.
This does not seem like it was something that was like a last minute change. This seems like, okay, we're going to wait a week when people have seen the movie and then we're going to rebrand it.
Right.
Hence the asterisk.
This feels like when Winter Soldier came out, and the whole Hydra reveal.
Yeah.
And then that affected Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. It felt like that.
Yeah.
They were just waiting for like a moment to happen in the MCU. And then they're going to, kind of let the ripples take off from there. How do you feel? So my question to you is, if they would have named this the New Avengers at the beginning, we never got the name Thunderbolts. How would you have felt about the name The New Avengers?
I probably would have been less likely to go see it.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna be honest. Like Thunderbolts was the attention grabber because as a comic book fan, as somebody who knows the comics, Thunderbolts it caught my attention more. Right? Versus you do the New Avengers from the beginning and you show who the lineup of the New Avengers are, it's not as enticing, right? But if you know who the Thunderbolts are, it makes more sense to do the Thunderbolts. Now, what I was talking about at the beginning of when I first started talking about the story is I was on the internet and I saw how people were reacting to this. It's always funny to me when you see the non-comic book readers, but the I know everything because I watch all the MCU movie people
Mm-hmm.
coming out of the woodwork talking about the New Avengers. That's not my Avengers. This is not the Avengers. That's the worst Avengers ever. And it's like, no, this is more akin to the Dark Avengers.
Yeah.
If you know the comics, and there is a New Avengers that the team is like this, right? And the team is headed up by Baron Zemo, which apparently there was news that came out that originally Baron Zemo was supposed to be the one that put
You're
the
supposed
team
to be in
together,
this. Yeah.
right? But they ended up changing it at the last minute. But you know, the New Avengers, they did that, and then that in the comics, that New Avengers becomes the Dark Avengers, who are run by Norman Osborn, right? I feel like because Norman Osborn hasn't been introduced in live action, they did the placeholder, kind of how they did with Civil War. They did a placeholder and did the same thing, but with Madam Hydra, because she has been in the last phase as kind of like the one running things in the background, right?
Mhm.
So again, for all the people out there who are not fans of the comics or who didn't read the comics and are really upset that this is the New Avengers, well, the whole thing with this is that these are the Dark Avengers. These are the guys that were run by Norman Osborn. You know, and then on top of that, should I drop a spoiler right now?
No, I haven't seen it yet.
Okay. Well, let's just say
Rude.
I'm not going to give you a full spoiler. I'm going to give it is a spoiler, but I'm not saying exact the thing.
The
Go
thing
back.
is in this? What?
No, go back and listen to our prediction episode where we're predicting what teams were going to be in Doomsday.
Uh-huh.
We predicted something that basically got confirmed in this movie in regard to the Avengers. So
All right. All right.
yeah, so like again, that's a spoiler because you go back to the episode and you'll see that. Specifically mine, I talked about this very specifically about what I want to see in Doomsday with Avengers teams. And they basically confirmed it at the end of the movie. So we know that this is where it's going. But again, this version of the event of the Avengers, they're basically like the government-sponsored corporate version of the Avengers, which is what the Dark Avengers were.
Right. Makes sense. Going back to the name, I love this. The
Yeah.
whole, like, having them be known as the Thunderbolts, you know, and what are they? We're not really sure to the common fan. It's maybe they're the Guardians of the Galaxy, you know, the Suicide Squad of a new phase of the MCU. Okay, great. I'm so glad they didn't call them the New Avengers for the last year and a half. However long they've been pushing for this movie.
Right.
So, but then doing this, you know, what is it? A week after the film came out.
Right.
You already own the billboard space, sure. You know, make it a marketing thing, and all they're doing is just switching posters, and everybody's, you know, talking about it again.
Yeah.
Brilliant.
Yeah, and I mean the other thing is, you know, they can't really be the Thunderbolts because Thunderbolt Ross has nothing to do with them.
He's
Yeah.
got his own issues going on.
The other thing they were saying is originally, it wasn't supposed to be Sentry in there in this. But they felt that because in Brave New World they used Thunderbolt Ross as the Red Hulk, they were like, okay, well, we can't do the same thing, so we are going to switch this out and we're going to put the Sentry into this. And I mean, the way that they ran it, the way that they did it, I'm happy that they brought Sentry into this.
Yeah.
And the way that they brought Sentry into this made a lot of sense. So I mean, now we have one of the most OP characters in all of Marvel. In Marvel, like, and I'm talking like in the comics, like Sentry is a ridiculously OP character, because he's basically Superman.
Right. He's their ripoff.
Right. He's Superman with schizophrenia.
Yes.
Which makes
that's a good way to put it.
Yeah, like it makes him even scarier. So yeah, that's my 2 cents on that.
That's interesting. You know what's interesting is this next Marvel-ish story. What kind of weird multiverse is this guy living in? Marvel Studios has always been famously tight-lipped when it comes to spoilers, but now that secrecy is at the center of a real courtroom drama.
Yeah.
Nice pull. Getting in trouble. The studio is trying to avoid handing over internal documents related to Deadpool and Wolverine in a legal dispute that on the surface has nothing to do with the superheroes. The whole thing stems from a bitter legal battle between actors Justin Baldoni and Blake Lively.
Mm-hmm.
What is happening here? What started as a serious harassment and retaliation lawsuit connected to the film, It Ends With Us, has now roped in Ryan Reynolds and Deadpool. I never saw this coming. So
I'm following the story pretty closely, so I know.
Have
exactly
you?
where it's going.
I had no idea this was happening. All of a sudden, like, I saw this article. I'm like, no way, this is real. No way.
Yeah.
But check this out. Baldini's legal team claims that the character Nicepool, a variant of Deadpool, was created by Reynolds to mock and harass him amid the dispute. In response, they subpoenaed Marvel's internal communications about the character. I'm like, you could do that? That's crazy.
Yeah, I can do that.
Marvel's parent company, Disney, is fighting back hard. Their reasons: if the documents are released, they could spill spoilers for the future of the MCU. Even though Deadpool and Wolverine has been released, Marvel is concerned that internal notes about a character like Nicepool might reveal where the franchise is going next or who Deadpool might team up with down the line, which tells me that they're not done with Deadpool, like we talked about earlier in Deadpool and X-Force. The fact that Marvel is calling Deadpool an ongoing franchise and invoking crossover potential suggests that Wade Wilson is very much part of the MCU's future. Do you think Ryan Reynolds wasn't playing nice with Nicepool? What do you think? You're the Deadpool guy. You tell me.
So I can see exactly where they're going with this. They made examples during this court case of why Nicepool is just basically a stand-in for Justin Baldoni. You know, they were just talking about like the way he treats him and the fact that he uses him as a human shield. It was basically just Ryan Reynolds' way of beating the crap out of Justin Baldoni without actually hitting Justin Baldoni. So, you know, and he's like kills a character that he plays himself. So it's like,
so okay, that's the idea. Right. I don't think that's real. Do you think that's real?
I can see some of the parallels. The other stuff is that some of the things about
I don't see it at all.
Well, like some of the things about Nicepool, like just physically, is essentially the same way as like he almost looks kind of like Justin Baldoni. And some of the things that he says are things that Justin Baldoni has said in the past.
Okay. All right. I didn't know the stuff about what he said in the past, but like I looked at Justin Baldoni in the movie. I watched that movie. I think it was on Netflix with him and Blake Lively.
Yeah.
It Ends With Us. He doesn't look anything like Nicepool in that movie.
No, because he cut his hair when he did the movie, but he used to have the man bun and everything like that.
Yeah. Oh, so you're suing somebody over a man bun? Come on now.
Well,
you can't sue somebody over a man bun.
Yeah, he's suing him over other things. Again, the whole thing is supposed to be like the likeness of Justin Baldoni, and he feels that's retaliation.
You know what? If this was a rumor, my tacos are off the table because no way that this is going to stand up in court because of a man bun.
I hear you on that.
Leave Deadpool, leave Nice Pool alone.
Leave Nice Pool alone.
Oh my gosh.
But again, kind of the other thing was a lot of people when everything was going on with everything with this story, a lot of people were afraid that, okay, well, Disney's going to distance themselves from Ryan Reynolds and from Deadpool and everything like that. What's happening now that they're subpoenaing the internal notes is saying that no, Marvel has had plans for Deadpool. Like there are more plans than they're revealing. So like, you know, we hear these rumors about X-Force. How do we know that this wasn't the plan from the beginning, that they were going to do an X-Force movie, or that they're going to do more Deadpool stuff, and that they were planning from the beginning to do more Deadpool stuff? Ryan Reynolds is really good about like hiding stuff and saying, oh yeah, no, that was random, we weren't doing that, right? So I mean, that's I think that they're probably going to see like marketing notes and like just the way that they're planning on talking about things. You know, they probably have notes in there that was like, yeah, no, I'm going to play it off like we're never going to do any more Deadpool content, but we're going to do more Deadpool content.
I would just feel bad if this character, who was super funny, it's super funny having Nice Pool in the movie, if there was like one text message that made fun of Baldini somewhere in all that communication, and that's what takes down, you know, the future of Deadpool, you know, that would be awful. That'd be awful.
Yeah, it'd be absolutely terrible. And I hope that that's not the case. You know what I mean?
Yeah, exactly. I am not a Baldini fan. I'm a Nice Pool fan. You know what I'm a fan of?
What are you a fan of, sir?
I'm a fan of merch because we got merch, people.
We got merch, people. That's right. We got merch.
Look at us keeping the show together. I'm very proud of us. We got merch, people, and so can you. We got the character shirt with a very nice pool, some kind of pool, a unipool, a very nice unipool on it. Yeah, that looks nothing like Baldini. All right,
it is a cartoon version that is actually look at those two little cartoons. They're pretty ripped.
They're pretty ripped, and Baldini's not. So you know.
Fun fact. That's what James' arm actually looks like.
That is all oiled up coconut oil. Looks like that all the time.
He just looks like a straight up Samoan, just walking in, just hella brolic.
Yeah, and you can check it out for yourself. If you get the shirt, all you got to do is DM us at Distance Nerding. Let us know what shirt you're looking for, how many shirts you're looking for, what sizes you're looking for. They're $20 each, 25 if we got to ship it to you. It'll be amazing. Come get them. I don't know what sizes we have. We will have them at the cons.
Absolutely will.
If you come hang out with us at the cons, you can buy them right there from Young Phil. Him and Tyler, shout out to Tyler, we'll have them there. And then shout out to Eric, also in our chat. He may be working on something special for the future of merch.
Did you see the video of the run?
Did you see it?
I obviously, because I'm bringing it up.
Yeah, shout out to Eric. Such a cool dude. Yeah, he's working on a project for us. It's looking amazing. We can't wait to show it to everybody. Hopefully, we'll work towards getting those for cons, that sort of thing. It'll be awesome.
Absolutely. Let's talk schedules, ladies and gentlemen. Tuesdays, the download, the show you're watching right now from 6:30 to 8:30. Thursdays, we do the build where we do fun stuff. This week, we're going to be catching up on a lot of the brackets that we're doing and everything like that. And then, of course, Fridays, game nights, we're going to be doing a Jackbox game night 2 on Friday in order to have some fun with all of our community out there. It's going to be a great time. Game streams have been on Saturdays, ladies and gentlemen, so I have moved the game streams to Saturdays. I have been playing Assassin's Creed Shadows, speaking of Japan, back in feudal Canada. It is a great time. We've been having a whole crap ton of fun. So guys, just tune in. The game streams are going to be migrating exclusively to TikTok and Twitch. So we are no longer going to be on YouTube with the game streams, guys. So, but you will see me there on Twitch. Again, that's the funner place anyways.
Gotcha. So real quick, download the build. Still going to be on YouTube.
Correct.
YouTube's kind of the main, and then the gaming stuff that'll go to Twitch.
Yeah, to Twitch, right.
Okay, cool.
All right. Well, ladies and gentlemen, before we jump into the rest of this stuff, we've got some fleet people. I want you guys to give us your pluggables again. So the Longs back on the stream here one more time. Give me your pluggables here, guys.
Hi, guys. So again, follow us on Facebook, Instagram, Threads, and YouTube. Again, we need 100 subscribers so we can do our giveaway. The 3D printed Warhammer is complete with a set of dice inside. So guys, please go over there and subscribe. We will be on tomorrow night at 6. So once you hit subscribe, also hit the notification bell, and we'll see you guys there.
Awesome. Now, ladies and gentlemen, we are still on the quest for 400. Once we hit 400 followers on or subscribers on YouTube, we're going to give away prizes. We just need to get to that 400 mark. Once we hit 400 followers on YouTube, we will be giving away prizes, guys. So
we
tell
got
your
3
friends.
last week. We got 3 new subscribers last week. So
we're getting there. We are getting there, ladies and gentlemen. Once we hit 400, we are going to be giving away all kinds of fun stuff. So get going, help us out with that. It's going to be a great time. Now, ladies and gentlemen, if you would like to support the show, now the best way to do that is to head over to distancenerding.com. Go to the top of the page right there, hit that big blue button that says buy us a taco. That's right, ladies and gentlemen, buy us a taco. Join the taco party. That's right. Join the taco party. It is the best way to support the show. It makes it so we can do more live events and get better prizes, and we can get all the Jackbox games, and we can do all the fun stuff. Actually, I did forget a particular piece of merch that's coming out, guys. Brand new piece of merch. So we used to have the Distance Nerding cannon. We now have a Distance Nerding Gatling gun that shoots chanclas. That's it. That's all it does. Is it shoots chanclas.
A chancla launcher.
It's a chancla launcher.
Here's
So
one, James, I'm gonna get one and use it on you.
That's I can see that happening. What's the distance on it? Because I need to know the distance.
that's right. Well, ladies and gentlemen, if you would like to, or actually, James, go ahead and do your line first.
Oh, I have a line?
Uh-huh.
All right. Have something you want to discuss? Tell us what you're nerding out on and connect with us on all the things.
Right, that's right. On all the social medias, ladies and gentlemen, on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, still not calling it X, Twitch, TikTok, Threads, YouTube, Discord, Blue Sky, MySpace, Vine, GeoCities, Friendster, Second Life, AIM, Farmers Only, Christian Mingle, OnlyFans. It's only pictures of Aaron Watson's feet and Mandels the beard. Jahmez's glasses sitting on a table judging you for not getting all of the merch, including all the drawstring bags and all of the shirts, all of those things.
Bags.
James forgot about the drawstring bags. Of course, the Gatling gun. That is what you guys want to do. It exclusively shoots chunkless. So get that right there. Of course, it's all everywhere at Distance Nerding. And of course, you can email us if you'd like. Email us at your, or not just emailing, but if you'd like us to break up with your boyfriend, girlfriend, significant other, pet, schoolyard bully, annoying neighbor, or just tell us how much you enjoy us, hate us, or wish the internet would consume us completely and spit us out in front of all of the nerds who are pissed off at half the stuff I said on the episode tonight. I'm sure there are going to be things that people are going to get upset about.
I'm upset I forgot to mention the bags. We got bags, people.
We got bags, people. You can email us at distinerding@aol.com, and we will read it live on air.
We got bags, people. All right, everybody. We appreciate it. Thanks for hanging out with us. Thanks, and keep nerding together.
And as always, ladies and gentlemen, before we go, the parents are on the stream, but Bruce, it's time to go to sleep. Go to sleep, Bruce.
Go to sleep, Bruce.
Night night.
I'm just waiting to hear him scream from the other room.
He's actually in our room right now because Jeff's not home. So he's watching you guys in the bedroom.
That is adorable. Bruce, love you, buddy.
He just screamed right now.
I just heard a screech. Sounded like a little velociraptor, which is basically what he is.
He yelled at Lucini.
Oh, okay. Hold on. Before we do the dance party, just for you, Bruce.
L.
Oh, sorry. All right, ladies and gentlemen, that is it from us. It is now time for the dance party. Let's get this going.
Bags. Get your bags. $10. $10.
Distance nerding.
Cheesecake.
I didn't know we had cheesecake.
It was delicious. Raspberry drizzled cheesecake with a Jack and Coke. Delicious.
An official cheesecake? This is awesome.
Say pickle cheesecake? That's disgusting.
There's a recipe for that.
Make it, man.
We'll see everybody on Thursday.